Krishna. We are in chapter 6, verse 13 and 14 of Bhagavad Gita. Samam kaya shiro grivam Dharayanna chalam stiraha Sampreksya nasikagram swam Dishaschanavalokayan Prashantatma vigatabhirhi Brahmachari vrate stitaha Manasamyamyamachittaha Yukta asita matparaha Hare Krishna, I am Sunita Sunil with you in 2-minute Mahabharata stories. Today it's very interesting to see about the yogic practices and the posture of sitting. Let us continue with chapter 6, verse 13 and 14 of Bhagavad Gita. The meditative posture and mental discipline for a yogi to achieve inner peace and connect with the divine is the translation. Let us see the meaning. To sit with body, neck, and head erect and steady. Fix their gaze on the tip of the nose and keep all other directions out of view. Mentally, the yogi should be serene, fearless, and free from sexual desires. Then meditate on the self within the heart, making the Supreme Self the ultimate goal of life. The moral is self-controlled and balanced thinking of me as the supreme goal. Why this type of posture? By doing so, the current of energy passing upwards through the nerves of the spinal column as a free and unobstructed flow towards the brain center, called the Sahasrara in Raja Yoga. The moral is high thoughts are generated and higher spiritual experiences come to the yogi. During the time fixed for practice, he should not quit the seat or change the posture, that is sthira. How to stop distraction? By not looking at sides or that, no distractions around. One should fix the gaze on the tip of the nose and start meditation. By this, meditation becomes steady gradually. In the early stages, it is best to fix the gaze on the tip of the nose. When eyes kept half open, the sleep is prevented. Lord has provided the eyelids for this purpose only out of compassion for mankind. By fixing, think of the self only, because the self is the highest goal. As the Lord is shining in the self of everyone's heart, we are spark of Him. Sadhaka should possess 4 basic virtues: peace, fearlessness, celibacy, and self-control. There will be no fear when his own self is everywhere. Fear arises only when the self is forgotten and the objective world assumes the air of reality. The Upanishads declare the same truth. By dhyana, freedom from fear comes from a firm understanding of the truth. One should know Atma alone is reality. All others are painted picture. Celibacy is spiritual life is brahmacharya, the meaning living and being in Brahman, meaning to control thoughts and acts of sex and lust. Spiritual life is impossible without brahmacharya. The semen turns into energy and light. We see a peculiar light illumining the face of those who have practiced celibacy. It is said several drops of blood becomes a drop of semen. It is energy and it is light. So the preservation of semen is essential for spiritual illumination. So celibacy is spoken of as a vow, that is vratam. It is the highest vow unequaled in purity and power. So practice dhyana yoga, thinking of the Lord, that is Atma only. Therefore, merge the mind in the Supreme. Continuously watch to understand. Thank you. Good day to
ಹರೇ
all of you.
ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 6 ಶ್ಲೋಕ 13 ಮತ್ತು 14. ಸಮಂ ಕಾಯಶಿರೋ ಗ್ರೀವಂ ಧಾರಯನ್ನಚಲಂ ಸ್ಥಿರಃ ಸಂಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷ್ಯ ನಾಸಿಕಾಗ್ರಂ ಸ್ವಂ ದಿಶಶ್ಚಾನವಲೋಕಯನ್ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತಾತ್ಮಾ ವಿಗತಭೀಃ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಚಾರಿವ್ರತೆ ಸ್ಥಿತಃ ಮನಃ ಸಂಯಮ್ಯಮಚ್ಚಿತ್ತೋ ಯುಕ್ತ ಆಸೀತ ಮತ್ಪರಃ. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳ ಭಾವಾರ್ಥ: ಕೃಷ್ಣನನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದೇ ಬದುಕಿನ ಗುರಿ. ಆತನನ್ನು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಾಗಿ ಚತುರ್ಭುಜನಾದ ವಿಷ್ಣುವಿನ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಜೀವಿಯ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ನೆಲೆಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಉದ್ದೇಶವು ಹೃದಯಸ್ಥನಾದ ಈ ವಿಷ್ಣುವಿನ ಅಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿ ರೂಪವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡುವುದು ಮತ್ತೇನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ವಿಷ್ಣುಮೂರ್ತಿಯು ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಸ್ವಾಂಶ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿ. ಈ ವಿಷ್ಣುಮೂರ್ತಿಯ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರದ ಉದ್ದೇಶವಿಲ್ಲದವನು ಅಣಕು ಯೋಗಾಭ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ. ನಿಶ್ಚಯವಾಗಿಯೂ ಕಾಲವನ್ನು ವ್ಯರ್ಥ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಬದುಕಿನ ಕಟ್ಟಕಡೆಯ ಗುರಿ. ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿರುವ ವಿಷ್ಣುಮೂರ್ತಿಯು ಯೋಗಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಗುರಿ. ಹೃದಯದೊಳಗಿರುವ ಈ ವಿಷ್ಣುಮೂರ್ತಿಯ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸಲು ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಜೀವನದಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು.